People in your party do not agree with you on Ukraine funding. They're not for the spending necessarily with Israel. They're not for the spending package on border reform, but in particular with Ukraine.
This is about defeating Putin. And what the money is used for is actually to replenish the weapons we have provided to
Has
Ukraine.
that been explained?
I don't believe so. I mean, look, when you're the President of the United States, you should lay out the case to the American public. If we had taken certain action before, this war never would have happened. If we had provided and not limited certain weapons, the war would not have gone on as long. If you study history, the world looks like the 1930s. You have the axis of evil back together. Different countries, Iran, Russia, and China. You're watching that Ukraine got invaded. We've had to evacuate 5 embassies. We have had numerous attacks in the Middle East to our own men and women where this administration did not respond.
Over 80.
Yeah, and we've watched this president take and make Iran stronger. When he became president, Iran was only producing 400,000 barrels a day. They're now producing 3 million. We've watched that their exchange was only about, what was it, $4 billion, is now up to 70. They are the ones who fund all of the terrorism around the Middle East. That's why Iran is stronger, terrorism is higher, based upon the policies of this president. We are the leader of the free world. Right. We are America. And this is the best we can do. This is what we decide. Look, I've worked with this president when he was vice president. I worked with this president as president. He is not the same person. He is not there in the aspect of 100%.
Do you believe Trump's going to get the nomination?
Oh, yes.
Are you going to support him?
Yes.
And you're willing to serve in his administration?
Yeah. I will help whether I'm in it or whether I'm out. I want the country to be successful. I tell the president all the time, it's about rebuilding, restoring, and renewing this country. And those are the things I focus on.
And the other are of retribution. Where do you stand
Retribution,
on that?
revenge, no.
It's pathetic. I think it's sad, but I also think history is going to show that Kevin's unwillingness to do the right thing and, sort of each time that decision came, did real damage.
What's your reaction to Liz Cheney, who was also part of leadership here?
Yeah, and she was one who got voted out, not by 8 members and all the Democrats, but she got voted out by an overwhelming percentage of her own conference. I'll leave it with that.
Are you concerned that your seat could flip?
Not at all. My seat will stay Republican. The timing in which I leave is based upon to make sure we have the people here, because you have a Democrat leaving in February. If I was to serve any time in the next year, Gavin Newsom, the governor, could keep the seat open the whole time. Now it'll get filled rather quickly, and that's a better place for the conference.
Matt Gaetz says your unwillingness to stay and vote, and even for the most basic Republican priorities, may imperil your ability to get the job done. He also accused you of quitting, of abject selfishness, because you are no longer in charge.
Gaetz is never a serious person. I mean, when you think about what has transpired and you talk about someone being selfish, this is all about an ethics complaint that he had at Congress before, that he looked at just himself, that he doesn't want it to come forward for America to know.
But it's going to come forward.
Yeah, it's more serious than Santos. So, I mean, look, history will judge him.